I'm gonna title this shower notes. Out of the shower, I just have it's like what time is it? 6 p.m. Things on my mind. A few other thoughts, starting with the video I made a few days ago. I was talking about just sort of the difference between the two high schools I went to, one being in the city, one being in the suburbs, wanting to experience like more typical high school experience. Even though in retrospect, I kind of wish I'd stayed out loud because just better. But still, you know, schedules we had, you could leave campus, and it was on the U of C campus, so they pretty much treated us like college students. You could leave campus, you go out to lunch, you could roam the halls, you could, you know, just do whatever. Go to the library, go to the college library, go, you know. Whereas at this other school that I went to in the suburbs, it was like senior year, you got 30 minutes to have lunch like outside or something like that. Or maybe it was like the second semester of senior year, you could leave campus for 30 minutes for lunch on Fridays. It was just like, I think if you like treat people with responsibility, treat people as adults, people tend to live up to that and seek out things, you know, instead of just, I don't know, there's just not a lot of independence, I guess, or just totally different dynamics, I guess. And that was part of the point of changing schools, was to just, you know, experience something different and get sides to everything. But I mean, they had no drive because they just want to be like, you know, what did I say? Like, a lot of them wanted to go into like beauty school or teachers, stay-at-home moms and stuff like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. It just reminds me of very 50s, like where the only options for women were basically to be like a typewriter or be a typewriter typist, or like be a teacher, you know, stay-at-home mom, that's what my mom said. It was almost like there's just blinders, there was like nothing else, like things weren't introduced. So I don't know, just very, very sheltered environment also. But yeah, I just think that like, if you don't give people a reason to rebel and feel like they're being treated as children when, you know, people are a lot more capable than they think, or that people treat them as, then there's not going to be, you know, people still get their work done, people still, you know, treat them like adults, people live up to it. And usually, unless you have unreasonable expectations for them as an adult, as quote-unquote adults, like people have it for me. But yeah, I mean, like mixing this stuff is good. I said the Herborian Korean skin stuff, CC cream, in Dore. It's white. It's not, it's like a silvery white. It just kind of blends with everything. I don't know what the other colors are, or shades are. I'd recommend this one if looking for a CC cream. But anyways, what else was I thinking about? Just people, how they misinterpret things, and how, I don't know, I don't know if they're joking or maybe they actually are that like insulted. I'm just like, do you really want to have a competition? I mean, people basically like hacked my servers and like found pictures that were pretty innocent for my college boyfriend and like photoshopped them, put a BBC on them, pass them around. Maybe people think I was, I don't know, whore, a sugar baby, a prostitute, I don't know, just to do whatever they could to, you know, and that's to traumatize like a sexual assault victim too. So it's just kind of like, really want to talk about how you were insulted that I called you a giant, just inferring that you have long legs and are taller than me. mean, it's just kind of like, it's almost laughable. It's like, wow, life really has not been hard on you. It's not been emotionally abusive towards you. If that's your problem. Like, you needed justice for being me saying that you objectively have more mannish features, which harsh features are typically considered more masculine features. Soft features are considered feminine. Some people like that. You're the one who decided it's bad. So I'm really glad you needed justice for that. Where am I gonna get my justice for? Or even just an explanation, you know, that clarifies what actually went down. But because I just can't, I cannot interpret one more damn thing. Like, where is everything? That comes with like 50 million, you know, possibilities and meanings, and that mixed with timing, and I cannot, like, it's like ridiculous. People wanted me to like focus on literally everything that could potentially happen in this world, and yet they did not make it easier on me to just process and come to terms with what had happened or what was going on. They took up space in my mind just thinking about what all the fuck happened, and like why they're doing this and how they do it, you know, and like what their fucking problem is, and why they think people work for free, and why they think that I'm interested in working for them now, and like how to get them to stop, and what else I could possibly say to get them to believe that like it's not about that anymore, and limiting the scope of things I focus on, and that just basics. I don't work for free. The whole point of this was to get a job, not to work for free, and it's not a duty any more than yours is to take out the trash. Something you can do. I don't know. Just being off the cuff here. Just really like to not be disappointed anymore. At least a good break from being disappointed. And you just come to expect it. And like I've said before, like I don't know if it's worse to expect something and be prepared for it, or to assume everything's gonna be fine and then be disappointed or not prepared for something that could potentially happen. That's, you know, whatever. And speaking more on like a doomsday grander scale, and it's not what I'm talking about anymore. So, but just in general, just, you know, that's what I mean. Like I should be able to use whatever words I want and not stress about using the word general, because I feel like they're going to associate to the general in tarot, which is like equivalent to like president or something. Like, no, I'm not communicating that to you. I'm just using a fucking word. And I cannot be hampered by people who want to read into everything. And I have no creative freedom of expression. I can't even use words without you thinking that it's something that it's not, and just messing up my whatever I'm working on before I even start it, basically. Yeah, I just think people are ridiculous. And I really don't know why anyone thinks someone would be willing to work for free. I really don't. Like, maybe you just don't think what I do is important enough or hard enough to warrant pay, but I guarantee you it's the hardest job in the entire freaking world. And none of you would actually know. All you can go on is, you know, track record and results, and that's what I accumulated over the time. Here I was here just twiddling my thumbs, hoping that something would change, something would, you know, trying to make things change. I'm trying to build a life here, but it's, you know, it's hard. may like block your ability to make money and withhold any that you might have earned. Yeah, so I don't know. I just think people should probably not be so smug about how they think that they've, won at life, because I'm like, guarantee you it's short-lived. If you haven't had your hard times, it's coming. Everyone experiences hard times. And blah bitches are no exception. And we can only hope that her karma is 20 million times worse than what she even initially deserved after all the things she's done. So people can smile at all they have, but I guarantee you that when you lose it all, it's 20 times worse. 20 times worse. So you better enjoy whatever shit you took from me now. I don't know, I would just feel so like bad about myself if I was like a little scavenger like that, trying to like infiltrate people's lives and like get what I could from them and like take on their like, traits and their style of doing things in there as my own, and just try to, I don't know, take what I can from them that I know that they want, and just, I don't know, I would just feel so like shitty about myself. I don't know how she does it. I mean, I guess that's probably why they like act out and like, how, like, 'cause I don't know how you feel no shame. But yeah, I don't know. I've seen in one of the readings or videos details that like, I feel like I came from a very logical, place here. Like, trying to inspire, trying to do certain things, trying to, like, I had a pretty clear agenda, and when things started to get confusing, I asked, I communicated that, like any healthy person should, and just, tried to ask for explanation, asked for clarity, asked for, what else could I have done? I mean, I'm just sort of like baffled that people are just like, figure it out. And please do everything you can for us in the meantime, that you're completely stressed and anxious over everything, and we won't offer you explanation, but we'd like you to work in the dark and do what you can for us so that we can make more money. I don't know. I just don't get it. Like, if you know that I want credit and you think that you're doing something a favor for me, and like, why wouldn't you give credit and do anything I actually want? Like, so don't sit there smug thinking you've done me a favor, pat yourselves on the back, and be super proud of yourselves because you haven't actually done anything I want, unless you've named me or given credit or paid or just been, I don't know. And then there's a separate category of people who are just like more so responsive and more so like, I don't know, not trying to so much imitate, but just participate and, maybe saying things more so to you, let alone that's like you're the problem, and pretending like you're the issue, and that like, pretending like what they're singing about is, I don't know, it's just, it's different, and it's just, I cannot go through everything, and I cannot think about this shit anymore. God, I just hope people got their little justice. I don't know. I just think some people that are used to be in the limelight, and it just happens to be like celebrities, models, whoever, actresses, like, just tend to assume that like people are going to just love them. And I said, like, you don't have to do anything for me, but like at all, whenever, but if you are, like, at least be complimentary. Don't be, I don't know, like, I'm just so sick of being the only one talking, feeling like I'm in a fucking zoo, and people are just sitting there watching, listening, and not even listening, probably, because clearly they just, I don't know, do whatever they want. But again, speaking generally, and again, that's not to be read into. I need to be able to speak however I want, and I need to be able to do things, just make a damn playlist, keep track of my train of thought, a few videos that come to mind, you know, like experiment with shuffles, timing, all that, and not have it mean something to you, and not have it be something that you think is for you, and get confused and get, you know, get me all upset because I'm like just trying to do my own thing over here, and like I don't want to have to defend every single thing I do and just tell you again and again the same damn things, and have you not listen and say, ah, it's a performance. Fuck your damn performances. It's not a performance, okay? We'll just say that forever. It's never a performance. So, it's not an excuse for you to just do whatever you want and treat me however you want and say whatever you want and use my work however you want, because you are not entitled to my life. You're not entitled to this channel. You're not entitled to anything. Believe it or not. And I don't give a fuck what you want, so, because you didn't respect me, so, yeah. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm not gonna take up any more of my freaking time. But I wish, like, men in general were, like, more, I always feel like I'm in the middle, like, not the, like, plain-ish, like, just very, like, normal, average-looking person, like, it kind of blends. It's weird, because I kind of, everyone says I look like every single other person that's ever lived, but I also feel like I blend in. And so, like, you know, the girls that, like, those, like, normal kind of guys that just look for, you know, you would probably be intimidated to talk to someone who is on the, I don't know. I get from guys that, like, you're intimidating because you're, like, you're pretty and you're, I don't know, just different. And so are just not your typical, like, wanting to, just not your typical, I don't know. You know, I think a lot of guys just want simple and convenient, and when they decide to settle down, they just look for the, you know, closest thing to what they somehow envision subconsciously, and like, and usually go for that, like, you know, plainer girl because I think she'll make a better wife, but actually I'm like, oh, you just want a girl who only wants to be taken care of, basically, and have you provide for them and just, I don't know, do nothing themselves, literally nothing. And that's what you get with, like, someone like that. And then there's the other guys who kind of either want that or aren't intimidated by, you know, I don't know what the right word is. Like, I want to say, like, flashier, or, like, I feel like saying pretty is weird because it's, like, you know, it's different for everyone, but you know the distinction I'm making. You see the typical guy that goes for the typical girl usually, and will not talk to the, like, prettier girls. He thinks he has no chance, or she's too, like, flashy or something, you know, complicated. And I'm just like, well, then you're gonna get a boring fucking blah. And then you see the guys who are, like, not intimidated by that, or fine with, you know, whatever, and or maybe even go after girls that are pretty, and then you're not tall enough or skinny enough, like the model they are interested in, or, you know what I mean? The guys that tend to go for that usually go for, like, or think they can get best of the best, you know, and just, like, if they're that into looks, you know. And then there's, like, the middle ground, I guess, of guys who are, like, healthy and, like, not judgmental on looks and, like, personality, being a reflection of outward appearance necessarily, and you admire women with brains and drive and who are a little bit more, I don't know, original. Maybe just appreciate everyone and just aren't going to, but those guys always seem to be few and far between and are already taken. and then you really want to hate the girl that they're with because you're like, ugh. But then you're like, remember that they actually have like a decent selection process and find out she's really nice, and you're like, okay, cool. Yeah. I've always just been really confused and interested maybe also about like why people go for certain people and why they don't go for other people, you know, like it's just interesting. Is it timing or is it all based on external factors? Or remember like this guy, Mark, college, he was dating my roommate. And he was like this very like interesting guy, like really took an interest in what you were saying, and like I really appreciate that in men. This actually happened twice. And I liked my roommate, but she was kind of like, I don't know, just very, I don't know, just, I thought it was a weird mixing, but I just remember being like, how in the world is he like someone who actually wants stimulating conversation with that girl? He talks about her teacup poodle, you know, you're just kind of like, what the fuck? What happened in New York too? One of my roommates had met a guy. I went out with her and him, and oh my gosh, I thought he was like the one. I just really liked his same sort of thing. I went to the bathroom, came back and said something to the group. They were talking, but he was listening. And I guess it was witty. He's like, did you guys just hear what she said? It's really funny, blah, blah, blah. Like people that actually listen, you know? And don't make you feel like you're just like another one. Anyways, I just thought he was an Aquarius, actually. I thought he was like great. And I would have even, like, he even had 3 kids, he'd been married before. I would have even like been okay with that because I just thought he was so great. It's not that I'm like not okay with kids, it's just one of those things. You always want to be the like, I just always want to experience something for the first time with the person that you love. You know, you don't be jealous that they got to go through that with, you know, whole pregnancy and all that with someone else. First time experiences are important. Anyways, you know, every situation's different. I come to find you love other kids or something, you don't actually want to have kids yourself. I don't know. I think it's just all comes down to like timing and like what you want in that moment. What works for you at that point in life? At least I change a lot. I don't know about other people, but there's some things just like, obviously I don't let go of people very easily. So some things always stay the same. But how we want them and how we express that and all that is just always changing, I guess. I don't know. I'm just sort of talking. What else was I gonna do? I feel like I don't have any plans today, but something that requires getting dressed in the heat. I feel like a lot of designers are like this, just kind of want a uniform to put on to not think about, so they can just focus all their attention on like the collection they're designing. I don't know, I just hate putting too much thought into like getting dressed. Just want easy things to throw on, and that was the point of my like new essentials capsule collection I was trying to do in New York. So I had the space and the studio, machines and the dress form, layout fabric, takes the entire room, pattern, you know. Same with pattern making. You're on your knees on the floor and cutting up measuring shit. And it's really smart, like this one, and I have like the space for a table, but this like one studio that I, just to get a job, like I had to go, like work with them for a week. I've talked about this guy before. I was amazed at their organization. Like it was a tiny, tiny little studio. And they were like freelancers for different designers, collections, and they, you know, outsource certain things to them that they did really well. And they just kept everything, and it was like white glove, everything, every pattern was perfectly iron folded into a folder that was neatly like stacked on the shelf. Like when you see a lot of design studios, it's not like that. I was amazed. And a little stressed by it, but you know, like just don't want to mess anything up. But he had wired like a glass tabletop with those like snake lights, you know, that kind of bendable. And they put in between the table and the glass top, so you could light it up from the bottom, and you know, like a transfer, you know, light box kind of thing, but large scale, and really helpful for pattern pieces. And just instead of using pins, you use weights to keep the pattern pieces down when you cut. It was just really like simple, easy hack that I thought was like interesting. I just wanted to do it if I ever started a studio myself, but yeah. They were really big on construction and stuff, and that's the thing, like, you know, design school, you have to learn it and whatever, but and yeah, it's supposed to be great. But at the end of the day, it's like, I'm not trying to become a seamstress, and when you are a designer, you just hire them. So it's like, as long as you know how something goes together, as long as you know how to design something because you understand how the construction and the engineering of it, like, that's all that's really, you know, the main things that are gained from learning to sew, construct. But where was I going with that? Hard to do two things at once and like focus. What was I saying? I don't know where I was going with that. Maybe it's so important. I don't want to think of it after this, and then it's like too hard to combine videos. My little like kids movie maker app. Technology, you know. Always giving me issues. I love this perfume. It's amber stuff. Like not eating all day to eat something. Just get used to talking to yourself. What was I gonna say? I just don't remember. It's really gonna bother me. Oh well. Maybe that's it.